Hello everyone. My name is Ruben and welcome to your Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. To download the free resources, please click in the description below so you can create it with us or you can use your own files. Welcome everyone on the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a little reminder that we are live every single day on Behance and also YouTube, with tutorials like this every single day. All right, so today I'm super excited because we're creating some social media posts, but we're going to be using Photoshop, and also we're going to be using the one and only Adobe Express. Shall we jump into what we're going to be creating today? Let's see. Some people on the chat. Hey, Anika, Roy, Evans, Dong. How are you guys doing today? All right, so I'm super excited because we're going to be creating some kind of like a bakery type of thing for a bakery company. And we're going to be creating the social media posts for kind of like for Instagram stuff. So let's jump into what we are going to be doing today. Give me 1 second. And there you go. So we're going to be creating some Photoshop branding challenge, social media magic, but also we're going to be using the powerful tool that is Adobe Express as well. So this is what I love about Photoshop and that you can create in conjunction with other apps, amazing stuff, amazing designs and branding for your companies, for clients, for everyone. So let's get started right away. We're going to be creating some cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start importing those assets into my Photoshop file. So I have a couple of images in here. So I'm just going to open them in Photoshop for now. We have a nice cookie here, chocolate chips, and we have some cupcakes, which is pretty good. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start by creating a simple, 1080 by 1080, which is our default for our Instagram post. So I'm going to press Command N and then 1080 by 1080. And then let's just bakery and then just press create. All right, so we have our kind of like our template in there. And what we are going to do, we're going to silhouette all of these assets. We're going to save it into our library. And then we're going to open that library in Adobe Express. And we're going to start importing, some of these assets in there. It's going to be pretty awesome. So let's just silhouette this pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead into my tools right here on the left and just click on the object selection tool and just hover over the entire thing. If you wanted to select even more stuff, you can just hold down Shift. There you go. We have a selection. If you wanted to make sure your selection is fine, just go ahead and click and select and mask here at the top. And just make sure you have everything is perfect there. I think it looks pretty decent. I really like what I see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to do any adjustments here, but if you have to, just I like to play with the little radius, a little bit of smoothness and feather, but I'm not going to do it for this particular one. So go ahead in the output and press, let's see what we can do. We can just have this selection. This is what we're going to do. Press OK, and then just press Command J, Control J on your PC. There you have it. So let me just name this layer cookie. Whoops. I think I misspelled that. Cookie. There you go. Okay, we got the first one done. Let's go to the second one, which is this amazing cupcakes. So I'm gonna just start clicking. Use your here on your tools panel. Just go ahead and select the object selection tool, but you can do whatever selection tools that you are comfortable with. I'm pressing shift, so I'm doing multiple selections. And then once I have everything selected, what I like to do is go into select and mask just to make sure everything seems pretty good on this end. If you need to refine it, just make sure it's the second one. Just click on that and refine. And then once you're happy with your selection, just in the output, I always do new mask, like new layer and layer mask. But for now, I'm just going to do in the selection and then just like grabbing that selection by pressing Command J, Control J on your PC. And then you have your cupcakes silhouetted. So if I turn this off, there, so cupcakes, I have 2 of them already. So I'm gonna bring them into my template I created, which is the 1080 by 1080. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring, I think it's this one. There you go. It's gonna be huge because these are like gigantic images. So we're gonna reduce the size of it. So we're gonna click on Command or hold down Command minus and just like zoom out so that way you can see more. And then press Command T. Then just make it a little smaller. Make sure you do it proportionally. So sometimes I think by default Photoshop you can just like grab a corner and just do it. But I'm one of those old designers where I need to hold down like shift and stuff. So I change my preferences in there. But just make sure everything is proportionate. Grab the cupcakes, do the same thing, Command T, and then just make it smaller that it fits your, kind of like fits your, the whole thing. It fits the 1080 by 1080, so it's in there. All right, so that's 2 assets there that I'm going to be using for when I'm importing them or using them in libraries, adding them to my libraries, and then open that library into Adobe Express so I can continue doing so. Let's see. I have something else here, so I'm going to just open. There's another one in case we need it. So I'm going to do the same treatment. I'm going to go ahead and use my object selection tool. Go ahead and hover over, click on it. And then if you're happy with your selection, make sure you click on select and mask. If you think something is off, just refine it if you want to. But if it's okay with you, then you just, you know, for now, this one looks pretty dope. So I'm going to go ahead, the output selection, okay, and then press Command J or Control J on your PC. And then what we're going to do is just bring this cake, or let's see, sparkling cake. And then I'm going to bring this to my 1080 by 1080, then zoom out just a little bit and press Command T so we can make sure this is inside our template. Boom. And we have already 3 assets, which is pretty good. And then the last one is a little logo that I put together in Adobe Express actually, but I just want to show you how you can, you know, bring it in here and then add it to your library. So it's called Eileen Sweets Bakery and Deli. Eileen is actually my daughter's name. So there you go. So we have 4 different assets, and the last asset I wanted to add in, well, actually let's just add them into my library right now. So we have 4 assets there. We have the logo, we have the sparkling cake, the cookie, and the cupcakes. So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna look for your libraries panel. I have mine right here, but if you can't find it, just go into Window and then go into your libraries and then just click and it'll open. And then once you're in there, what you can do, let's just remove this one because we're going to do something. Make sure you are in the correct library. If not, then go down here and just add a new library and create a new one. I already have one called social media. So click on that. And then what you're going to do is just bring all of your assets into the library. So I'm going to click the four of my assets and just drag them and drop them in there. And what's happening now is that you're putting, whoops, sorry about that. We're going to delete that because we hold all of them together, but we're going to just like drop them one by one. So that way it kind of like captures each one of them individually. That's what we need to do. 3 and then 4. And then the last thing I wanted to do is to create, I have another image, but I'm going to use Adobe Photoshop Beta. If you haven't tested this out, I suggest you to go ahead and download the Adobe Photoshop Beta because it has a lot of more functionalities and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you what I can do with that right now. So I'm going to open up Photoshop Beta, which is, I already have it open. And then I'm going to open the other asset that I have that is an image. And then what I'm going to do is just like make the image smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and do probably 100 and then make this, I don't know, 1000 maybe, or I'll probably do 800. So that way it's not that big. Boom. So then zoom in by pressing Command plus, just move things around. And this is the power of, I'm going to flip this now, rotate 90-degree counterclockwise. There you go. So this image it's fine. I really like that, but it kind of like is missing some other fruits, like for example, strawberries. And we can do that with the power of, AI. And this is what I love about, Photoshop Beta. You can go ahead and I'm going to make a selection here. And I'm going to do another one right here. And then click on Generative Fill and just add in strawberry. And then click Generate. And let's see what the power of AI will do for us. This is a really powerful tool that I really like to use. I can't get enough of it. Okay, so we have some options, but we're gonna go ahead and click different options that might work, like this one. I really like that one, so I'm gonna keep that one. And then lastly, I'm gonna just go ahead and do another one. And I'm gonna click on Generative Fill, and I'm gonna type in orange slice and press Generate, and then just let's wait for Photoshop Beta to do its magic. And I'm using the power of AI. All right, so we have one option. Let's see. Oof, I like that one better, or this one is better. So 2 and 3, I like 3 better. So I'm gonna keep that one. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go ahead and duplicate this layer. I'm gonna grab all the 3 layers that we currently have, hold down an Option and just like duplicate it. Then press Command E. And this is just the new asset now. Then I'm gonna go into my libraries and then I'm gonna drop it in there. Boom. There you go. Now is the fun part. Now we're gonna go into Adobe Express. And this is Adobe Express Beta. I definitely recommend to use it because there's a lot of features like generative AI, video, photos, and documents. So we're going to start from scratch. 1 second. There you go. From scratch. And we're going to do the 1080 by 1080. There you go. And then we're going to bring some of our, assets that we did in Photoshop. We're going to import them here into Adobe Express. All right. So I'm going to go into my stuff. Then I'm going to go into brands and libraries, and then I'm going to click on social media. And then in there, you should have all your files. And you see the graphics here. You have the logo, just drag and drop it in there. Then what we're going to do is, again, we're going to bring something else. Maybe this image will be kind of nice to start our, yeah, something like that maybe. All right, so we're going to move this around and we're going to start designing in actually Adobe Express, which is pretty cool. So we're going to do something like this. And then for the background, I don't know, this is probably, let's do intro for now. And then for the background, let's see, we're going to do some sort of, we're going to have some sort of colors. Maybe for the background color, I would like to use like pastel colors. So for the primary, maybe we can use something like this, or maybe something totally different. All right, let's see what else we can do here. Let's just type in something like, I don't know, sweet taste, or, you know, let's make this a little smaller. The background, I really want to do like a custom probably color, and just maybe do like a something like this, maybe, yeah, super light, maybe something like about there, maybe. That's really nice. Yeah, that is nice. And then what we can do also is we can bring some of the other elements that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and look for those assets again, and maybe have maybe this bad boy maybe floating somewhere. Let's make it smaller a little bit and then just tilt it. Maybe something like that. And then let's just type in some text. Click on add your text, and then let's just type in something like sweet taste, something like that. And then let's select everything. Then Adobe Express is going to give you some recommendations here at the top. You can view them all if you want to, but we're going to look for something like some script fonts. Bear with me 1 second. All the fonts are loading. Let's see. All right, so we have something like this might work, which is a handwriting. Okay. Kind of like that. So let's just select the whole text and make it left align maybe. Alrighty, I kind of like that. Let's see, the spacing in the line spacing is too much. Maybe I can just bring that in. All right, I think that's good. Let's see something else. Let's see if there's another script that might be kind of cool. All right, maybe this one. It's the alkaline. Let's see how that looks. I like that. Kind of like that, but I need something else. Let's see. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here at the top, no. You can click on more fonts. So that way we can just see the categories, and then you can select between all of these type of categories, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to just go ahead and pick one that is like super scripty, something like that. And then we're going to use another color for this. We're going to use probably custom color. So let's go to probably this type of purple, maybe. Something like that. Maybe we can just make it one line again. Have it like somewhere in here. Maybe make this a little bit smaller. Something like about there. I know that we have like some sort of yeah, I kind of like that a little better. Then what we can do is just add in some other stuff too. So let's see. Let's look for an element, something, I don't know. Let's just put lines, for example, wavy lines or something. You need something like something in here. Design assets, click in there. And then, I don't know. I just want something kind of like this. Maybe make it a little bigger. Maybe like about there. Then duplicate this by holding Option. And then something like that. You can change the color of that later on. Then let's just add another one and just duplicate, because we don't have a lot of time, but let's just do this. We can go like this and check all of our, social media stuff, and you can duplicate this page and just double click. And then let's just remove this. This is the second page. So maybe this one, we have something in the middle here. Maybe we remove that. Maybe we leave the text here. Remove that as well. And then we're going to change the background for something, I don't know, custom, and just like maybe purple or this type of, or maybe this one. Yeah, that could work. Like about there. I like that. I like that color. Remember that we're working with pastel colors. Then let's go back into my stuff. Go into your libraries. And then let's just bring in some other stuff, like the cupcakes, for example. We're going to add this text there, and then maybe we can, kind of like in the middle there. Then let's just call this, okay, we're going to do cupcakes. That's pretty cool. I think I need something else, like, I don't know, maybe like a circle or something. Circle, just in the search, go into your design assets, go in there. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to just drop that in there. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and just like put it like behind it. So I'm going to go ahead, click in here and just drag it down. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like about there. And then the opacity, you can turn it off just a little bit. Duplicate this again, make it smaller. Maybe like this way, and then just like turn it around so you have some other edges. Maybe bring this whole thing a little bit there. All right, I like that so far. Let's see what else. Rectangle, maybe we can do something else. Rectangle. And look for something that kind of like pops. And then I think this one, I can use this one. Perfect. I don't know, maybe you can do some call out or something, like press the text tool. And you see what I mean? Like, the power of using Adobe Express and Photoshop. So sorry that, the time, it's not, the time is running out. So thank you so much for joining me this week. Don't forget that to join the community where you can post your stuff on Discord. And we have amazing mentors that definitely can help you level up your design skills and other creatives to inspire you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in with me this week. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.